Well, we'll watch at 10 p.m. PST, August 5th, and it's very hot today. I mean, I have my AC on, and that's just the way it is. And watching DOLPHIN, her Japanese islands, it's moving westward towards them. As you can see, it's at 26.2 north, 153.5 east, has 80 knot winds. I mean, I think it's probably 85 to 90 based on that eye. I mean, it looks pretty damn good. Um, should move west to the islands. It's north of Canada. Um, early on the 7th at 80 knots. Moving just north of Taiwan by midday on the 8th at 80 knots and make landfall about 80 knots into China. I mean, most likely we can look at the models for this system. As you can see, the GFS it does exactly that. Maybe. Actually, it suggests some strengthening in the next couple of days. I mean, possibly back into the 930s. I mean, what's the display is showing? I mean, maybe it's always starting. I mean, I think 95, even 100 knots is possible. What the display is showing. Um, EPS doesn't really show much strengthening comparably, but a steady state system. I disagree. I mean, this system looks pretty damn good. I mean, that's just the way it is. Next, we're looking at KUJIRA, which may landfall in the Luzon area today. We can show you this system. It's about ready to move back offshore into the Pacific in the next few hours. Has 30 knot winds. And I wouldn't be surprised if it becomes a tropical storm. I don't think it's in the line for this system. That's for damn sure. We'll be doing some very acrobatics for the next few days ahead, northeastward. Yeah. Let's take a look at. Anyways, this is 108 hours after the system makes landfall. And her free systems here. You also see a system off Mexico at this time form, and actually that is by far the most likely system to form based on the models. Let's look at the CMC, which shows multiple systems. Yeah. Well, that one more system in the Eastern Pacific, 96W, which is actually technically a tropical storm, has 40 knot winds based on the GMA. Expected to head northwestward towards Japan, but expected to stay just away from it longer term. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it becomes a typhoon. It's going to be somewhat interesting. Here it is. Nice LSC, but more of a subtropical system. Let's be honest. Now we're going to look at the systems. I mean, the Eastern Pacific. The Central Pacific system, in the western portion of the Eastern Pacific, it produces some disorganized convection. Well, in East Locature, that's 10% in 7 days. The other one, Western Eastern Pacific. Wow. This one's all over central portion of the East Pacific, showing limited term activity. And also, it's forecast to move westward, had 20% in 7 days. Lastly, the Central East Pacific system has 20% over the next 7 days. Could fall well offshore of southwestern Mexico. Actually, that's probably the system we're watching here, which is interesting. By far the best system. I'd probably go close to 40, but yeah. Yeah, the AI models are not really suggestive of it. But the GFS definitely likes it. Let's go to 144. Yeah, definitely bombs it. Enjoy a tropical storm, maybe a hurricane. 144, 174. Look like a hurricane. The lake, the AI model is still kind of like a Cape Verde system. Let's take a look at it. There's 162. Now you can see we do got a system, and the AI model is actually double systems. As you can see right there. Interesting. I'll show that system. Well, yeah, let's look at the icon. Let's take a loop of it. And it also shows the system forming in the eastern MDR. So yeah, I mean it's definitely something we're going to be watching over the next 7-8 days because it's persistent with something headed towards the Leeward Mountains. GFS. Let's take a look at it. Let's see if it wants to develop it. Doesn't look like it, at least not in short term. And no, it doesn't. The GFS is quite quiet. Yeah, we'll have to see it if we get any system. Oh, that look at off the East Coast longer term in about 14 days. Well, that's your world watch.